Okay, hey Jack, I want to go over a couple things here. I'm trying to clean up your animation so that we can go ahead and in between it. And there's a couple things that I wanted to point out because we have a little bit of a mess here. One of the things is this control right here. This flex cog. I don't understand. I feel like this is what should have been used as the base to begin with. So next time you're animating one of these Long Winter Studio characters, which are interesting, some things that you want to try not animating. So I would use these hip clavicles. Try not to put any animation on it unless you absolutely need it. Another thing that I don't think that we should bother putting animation on are these leg orients. We have the same controls up here around the shoulder. And these are the types of controls that are great for when you're going to, your final pass of animation and you have to make tweaks to make the mesh conform properly. So in this case, I think if I were to teach this class next semester, I would go ahead and hide these controls because I think they're really confusing and a little bit redundant. These are the types of controls that you want to use when you get yourself in trouble after you started the blocking pass or you're midway through animating them. So I'm just gonna right now select these things because these are, like I said, things that we should probably not be touching if we don't have to. So I'm gonna go over here and put them on a display layer. I'm gonna call these extra controls. So they're sort of like controls we're going to keep in our back pocket to use in case of emergency, but not under normal circumstances. So I'm going to go ahead and hide these for you. Unfortunately, I can't hide this one because it's at the top of the tree. These controls too, these are for knee pins and elbow pins. I'm going to go ahead and hide these. We don't want to accidentally be putting any kind of data on here. So I'm going to add these to our emergency controls over here. There were some other things. So you'll notice around the wrists, we have two sets, and around the shoulders, we have two sets of controls. This one is actually the gimbal control. You're really only supposed to use it, again, when you get in a situation where you've got some problems with gimbal in your wrist or in your arm. So typically you want to be animating this control. Unfortunately, we're in a bit of a problem here because right, so you want to animate this one first because this one lives on top of it. And it looks like from your blocking pass that you were selecting the outside one when you should be selecting the inside one first. So I'm a little torn here. Maybe I should take the animation. We got to take the animation off of one of them for one of your arms. I think it's working okay for this one's all messed up. So I'll show you exactly what happens. We've got this pose, everything's great. But then we got to go from this pose here, and let me just select that whole right arm so you can see where the keys are. We've got the control here, and then we need to come to this pose, which is really cool. does it here in the here, and then up to here. Unfortunately, it's not currently interpolating nicely, and no matter what I do, I've tried running the Euler filter and it's just not working its way out. Let me try running. I didn't try running it on these two though, so let's see what happens. Maybe this will magically fix it. Ugh, it seemed to have did it backwards. Yeah, see, we've got a problem here. I'm not sure. I think it's the shoulders. So one of these shoulder controls, we've got to take the keys off of entirely and fix them for the duration. File seen as 7. So these gimbal controls, that was the other thing I was trying to explain earlier through Slack. We have these gimbal controls on the body and the head too. So if you notice with this control, and then there's this one. So we have 2. So I'm pretty sure that we should animate this one first. Wait, does the other one? No, we should not. We should animate the small one first, because you'll see the larger one rides along with it. This is the exact opposite of how every rig works. Usually, the larger control is, it indicates to the user that that's the control to manipulate first. We have the same problem here with these guys. You'll notice if I select the smaller one, the larger chest rides along with it, but then we also have the chest, which is pretty much animating the same area. It's got the same pivot point. It should be the other way around. So when you animate the chest, you want to animate this one control first, leave the other one alone, and only use it as a backup. Same thing with the hips. You want to use this control first, and then use this one only when you get in trouble. Because this is the gimbal one. It's like it shouldn't even be there. I don't particularly like the way this is set up. Anyway, we got to figure out this arm. So it seems like this is the outer control. This one is the inner one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe out the animation on the inner one and put it on the, and leave it solely on the outer one. So I'll be using BH Ghost to do that. Okay. So let me pause the recording and I'll show you how I was doing it. Okay, so for the let's set the BH Ghost up. I'll select the geometry, the body geometry. I'll add that mesh. Go ahead and ghost it here. So then I'm going to select the inner control right here. I'm going to use my tween machine for this too. You could use the tween machine just down here. I just like this one better. So I'm going to zero it out, and then I'm going to take the outer control and match what I had with the inner control. So that looks close. Okay, so I'll press that. I'm going to go to the next key. Ghost it. Take this inner control. Zero everything out. Take the outer control. Interesting. Okay. Okay, pretty good. Next key. Take the inner one. Oh shoot. Right here. Okay, here's the next key. Let's just see if we can go straight to here. Still doing something crazy here. But hopefully the Euler filter will work now. Let's go to the next key. So this is the process. I'll come back after I've done a few more keys, and then we'll see if the Euler filter will work it out. Okay, Jack, I think I finally got this. Whoa, it might be a little weird coming up here. Oh, no, it worked. So a lot of the gimbal problems that we were having on the arms were happening from the shoulder and from the a combination of the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist controls here on the left arm. This control, I just want to point out, you want to make sure that you only rotate in one axis. It's an elbow, so it's like a hinge. It can't really rotate on more than one axis. So all these other axes, these should really all be locked, right? It's not going to let me do it though, because we've got keys on them. So let's just only, for these Long Winter Studio rigs, let's just only animate it in Y rotation. So you're going to get the rest of the rotations of your character from the shoulder and from the wrist. So let me see if I can lock it now. Nope, still won't let me welcome. Just don't animate those, okay? On the elbows. The elbows, we should really only have Y rotations, all right, in the future. I know this is a lot to go over, and next time I'll try to do a little bit better job of explaining this stuff to you, but I think I have it in a good place now. If you want to take this file and start doing in-betweens and getting your timing working a little bit better. So just to recap, what I did is I took the key poses that you had and I held them longer. I added a few in-betweens, and then I set the curves to spline. I fixed some weird interpolations, and then set the keys to spline. So there's a lot more to in-between here to get it looking really nice. There's a weird interpolation happening here with the left arm. Also, I don't know what's up with this character, but she's got like some seriously long thumbs. So you might want to repose the thumbs. I kind of just put the hands in a fist pose and left them there. But this is what we come up with. So have fun with it. It's a really cool thing to try and animate. So if you want to work on adding in-betweens and offsetting the timing, to take this to final, I'd be more than happy to give you some notes. So I'll talk to you in class. Bye.